and we don't go as crazy as this bishop in Southern California. The bishop of a Catholic diocese in Southern California, they have about 1 million people in this diocese. He has issued a special dispensation saying to his parishioners that you are no longer required to attend Mass if you're scared of ICE raids. Yes, I'm serious. If you are an illegal immigrant and you're genuinely scared of the police, this Catholic bishop says you don't have to attend church. I'm not sure which Bible he's been reading, because last time I had a look, render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's, honor the emperor. There's a lot in there about respecting the authorities that God has put on this earth. So I'm not sure why he's encouraging his citizens to avoid the law.
Yeah, the bishop announced to his congregation, in issuing this decree, I am guided by the Church's mission to care for the spiritual welfare of all entrusted to my care, particularly those who face fear or hardship, by which he means those who are breaking the law. Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, he was outraged at this, saying people now have to choose between faith and freedom. Two thoughts on that. Firstly, Gavin Newsom was the one who banned people going to church during COVID, while you're allowed to go to places selling marijuana, but you couldn't go to church. Now, all of a sudden, he's about religious freedom. But the other thing, of course, is that faith and doing the right thing according to the law are not mutually exclusive. In fact, some would say they actually go together. So Gavin Newsom is not only misunderstanding freedom of religion, he's misunderstanding the very point of Christianity, which is obey the laws of the government. If you're an illegal, you should go home, not find sanctuary in your local church or be hidden by your vicar, Joe.
Yes, indeed. I noticed in the notes you pulled out the big gun, James. You pulled out Paul, who actually said to someone a slave who escaped his master and wanted to run and join the sort of nascent Christian church, and Paul said, "Oh no, sorry, you have to go back to your master." And that is a good example.
You read my pre-show notes,
I
Joe.
do read your pre-show notes. I was very proud. I've been waiting for a theological debate on this show my whole life. The problem with that is that I suppose it's something that, you know, Paul also said there is neither master nor slave, nor male nor female. We're all one in Christ Jesus. So, you know, he seemed to contradict himself a bit there, but also that passage was what let Southern American Christians, and indeed Christians right throughout the Americas and elsewhere, justify chattel slavery for its entire existence.
Well, people all get a mystery of the Bible all the time for their own purpose.
They do. So, the
point is the Bible continually teaches obey the law of the land.
Yeah, it does.
So if you're an illegal
separation between church and state, render unto Caesar what is Caesar, render unto God what is God's. But I also
what's that got to do with this?
No, that's what I'm saying. You're right.
Okay.
The two things are separate. Otherwise, you're living in a theocracy. But I don't like the idea of ICE agents using church services or masses to conduct surveillance? I assume they're not interrupting the service. Are they just waiting outside, or do they follow them home and then arrest them? I don't know. I reckon lay off the church services. That does not sit well with me. I reckon that should be, you know, churches are supposed to be sanctuaries from that sort of stuff, even if you go and obey the law when you go home.